Registration, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the menu bar up here that says registration. The list on here are all the things that we would be registering for. So obviously I'm a band director, so I'm going to click on instrumental solos and small ensembles, and then this here is the vocal stuff. So clicking on the instrumental, this message will pop up every time you do this. You just hit I understand and agree. It's just making sure you obviously understand what you're getting yourself into. First thing, I would hit create a new entry form, and they have them separated by solos and ensembles. So one entry form is going to be for solos, and then the other entry form is going to be for ensembles. So this first one's going to be for our solos. If you have any special requests you need to make to the festival manager, that is where you would do that. I rarely, if ever, use that feature, but just be aware that's something that gets sent to the festival manager. So this is my solo registration form. So it says created, and then from there I can go back to my original menu. So these are all the forms that I have going on. I'll create another new entry form, and this one will be for ensembles. So hit create, and then back. So here's my solo form, here is my ensemble form, and we can go ahead and start editing the solo form and the ensemble form. I have a couple that I've already started for my group, so I'll go and reference those. So obviously it has all of my information, and then this is where my soloist list will start coming up, and this is where you have to enter them in one at a time. So I'm going to go to a soloist that I know is doing something, so I'll go back to my tab that I have here, and I'm going to pick this trumpet soloist, Brianna Alves. I have, luckily, all the information that I need. 7689 is the PML, and Mr. Lubbers is going to be their accompanist. So I go to my little list here. My student is Brianna Alves, so I'm going to find Brianna. She is a trumpet player, so I find the instrument trumpet. And then her accompanist is Mr. Lubbers. Now this is a very long list of people, so most of the time I will click, or I will just tap the L, and it will instantly take me pretty close to the L names, and then I have to do a little sorting, or a little looking for those, and I found Mr. Lubbers, so I click on him. And then her prescribed music code was 7689, so I'm going to click here and type in 7689. And once it's done that, it should pop up with the correct solo. I hit create. You might have to hit that twice, and it'll tell you OK created. Once it's done that, you're good. So OK created, that means I can go back to my original form, which is here. And now I look on my list, and Brianna Alice is listed on there, and that is her accompanist. So that's how you do those solos. I always hit save after every one, just to make sure. It makes it a lot easier. So once you've entered in a soloist, hit save, and yeah, you'll thank me for that later. So then I'm going to hit back, and let's say that I've finished all my solo ones. Now I'm going to work on my ensembles. So going to my ensemble list, I have this group right here, this woodwind trio. So I've already actually added this one in here, but just kind of so you know, it would be creating, actually I'm going to go ahead and delete this one so you can see the process here. So I have add ensemble. It's going to be, I'm going to call it NKC Woodwind Trio 1, and it's just because I had 2 woodwind trios going. So, excuse me, it's going to be a mixed woodwind trio, or, yeah, here we go. Mixed woodwind trio is the event. They don't need an accompanist for this. Their PML number is 4336. Yeah, this is why that little spreadsheet thingy is super easy. You just go to that. So 4336. Oops. And it will pop up with the correct name of the piece that they're going to do. Now I can actually hit create right now, and I think you actually have to do it that way, because then it'll tell you your minimum ensemble size is 3, and you can start adding in the students that you need for that. So the students that I have for this are going to be these 3 students right here. So I find Layla Holtz, and hopefully, because I did the roster thing first thing, I have all the kids that I need instead of going in and entering them one by one. This is where I say going back and forth between different pages is kind of annoying. This prevents you from having to do that. So Layla Holtz, Hannah Hill, and my last student is Renee Grissett. So there she is. And I hit update. It'll say OK updated. I hit close, and that is done. Once it's at updated, it should be in the list, and there's my woodwind trio. So that's pretty much how that works. Again, I hit save after every single one of those. Thank me later for that one. And then I'm done and I hit back. Now, as I go through here, you can see where it says submitted, and the submitted stuff it says 000, and that just means it's because it's not submitted yet. It will give you a timestamp when it has been submitted. So let's say that these are the only students that are going to contest for solos. I would hit submit, and then it's going to give me that timestamp. Now, as long as registration is still open, you can keep submitting, making your edits and things like that. Once registration is closed, you can no longer submit. It's not an option anymore. It'll tell you there's a fine for that. But I'm assuming that the festival manager really just messes with the most updated timestamp that they have through there. Let's say that you messed up on a form. For example, right now I have 2 extra forms that I don't need. You can delete the whole form. Obviously, I don't recommend doing that unless it's not a form that you need. You can really just edit each form as you go through. So that's pretty much how you do registration process for your groups. And then once it's all registered, you would click on status. And again, it's telling me it's not submitted. So these are my forms. Once it's scheduled, you can click down here where it says schedule. Again, this is just a reminder that my forms aren't submitted yet because I'm not completed through them. So yeah, hopefully that helps you with getting your students registered for solo and ensemble.